Hello everyone, welcome, my name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. If I had legs, I'd kick you. 2025, Mary Bronstein. This film follows a woman by the name of Linda. Working as a therapist, Linda must also contend with her daughter being gravely ill. One day, the roof in her apartment collapses and Linda and her daughter must head to a hotel while repairs happen. Now living at a hotel temporarily, Linda must confront the stressors of her life and find a way forward before her troubles eat her alive. This was a trip of a film, to be sure, and it's one me and my mom disagreed on after watching it. But on my side, I very much enjoyed this surreal drama about parental stress and fatigue. What this film does effectively is playing with perspective. This film does this in many ways, but one of those ways is with the visual style. One of the most interesting things this film does is keep the child out of frame. You barely see this child until the very end of the film. Most of the time, the camera is hanging on Rose Byrne's face and focusing on her specifically. Sure, the camera does show other adults in the film, but DP Christopher Messina and editor Lucian Johnson helped Mary Bronstein achieve that sense of overwhelming stress by making Linda the focus of our attention. In a more general sense, the movie creates tension through the use of audio. There's barely any music used in this film. I think there's one piece of non-diegetic music in the film, and that is the synth piece that wavers in the background during the sequence where Linda is trying to track down her patient that abandoned her baby. Other than that, the music is whatever is playing on someone's radio or speakers. The majority of the film is left to breathe in natural noise or the sound design, emphasizing an uncomfortable silence or making us all sit through a piercing drone or noise. Writing-wise, this film script is not exactly one that spells itself out with an easily digestible story. It's incredibly surreal and dreamlike, but in terms of communicating themes and ideas, it does so incredibly effectively in my opinion. The film regales us with the experience of a mother who just can't handle the stress of taking care of her ailing child. In this woman's mind, everyone and everything is just out to get her, and the world is crumbling at her feet. At every turn, the idea of either running or doing something much more heinous is put in this woman's mind. Whatever specifically happens to her daughter, is not exactly the point of the ending. But what is that this mother accepts that this child is, or maybe was, her responsibility, and regardless of circumstance, she has to be strong for this daughter. A small but eclectic cast brings this weird script to life. However, the helmswoman of this cast is obviously Rose Byrne. Rose absolutely embodied this character. In pretty much every scene, she was just fucking tweaking. But it wasn't a hyperbolic Hollywood sort of tweaking. The bags under her eyes, the way her emotions boiled over, the way she wavered in and out of these overwhelming states of being, it was all presented in a manner that I recognized as realistic, and that's why it was so affecting. Her daughter is portrayed by one Delaney Quinn, and while we don't really see her, her voice performance is enough. This kid was just given her in every scene, and much like Byrne, her displays of emotion and her demeanor was so realistic. In supporting roles, we have Conan O'Brien giving an actual honest-to-God acting performance as Linda's therapist. He was really into this material, and his ability to work off of Byrne was genuinely good. Portraying one of the motel workers is rapper A$AP Rocky, and despite not having much experience as an actor, he was utilized really well, and he was quite charming in this film. Overall, I very much enjoyed this movie. Seeing it a second time might be in order for me to truly solidify my opinion on it, but the atmosphere and the filmmaking talent on display is not in question here. What is also not in question is that Rose Byrne for sure deserved that Oscar nom for her fantastic performance in this film. Mary Bronstein's sophomore effort has definitely put this director on my radar, and I look forward to seeing this film again and checking out anything that she might do in the future. If you like your dramas on the weird side, I say definitely give this one a go. And I am feeling a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 on this one. I think it's a little closer to an 8 than a 7.5, but we'll see where it lands on second viewing. Fuck it. Catch you later, guys.